If you're on the internet a lot like me, you might have seen the Hitler hipster memes. Weirdly enough, they might be more historically accurate than you thought. Hello everybody and welcome to History Abridged. It's history, just shorter. So, Hitler. That guy. I was going to do an episode on his life, but reading about him I realized there was a more interesting angle that I could take. As a young adult, Hitler was odd. Let's put it that way. He had all these weird habits and ideas and behaviors that I can only really associate with a modern, very modern trend. Hipsters. Hipster, a person who follows the latest trends and fashions, especially those regarded as being outside the cultural mainstream. That's a pretty broad definition, so I'm going to add a couple traits that are commonly associated with hipsters. They tend to be more spiritual, sometimes they jump from job to job, sometimes living off their parents' income or government welfare. I'm not saying that hipsters are Nazis, and I'm not saying that Nazis are hipsters, it's just that Hitler, as a young adult, shared some traits with modern day hipsters. After his father's death, Hitler moved to Linz to pursue his dream of being an artist. He lived off of his mother's income as well as orphans' benefits. He spent his days with no responsibility whatsoever, and he dressed in fancy clothes and even carried a cane. He would spend his time visiting museums, going to the opera, and sitting by the river dreaming of being an artist instead of, being an artist. He had one friend, an aspiring musician named August Kubizek. Again, I am horrible at pronouncing names. Who would sit and listen to Hitler rant and rave for hours. And according to Kubizek, Hitler could not stand being corrected and would accept only praise or approval. Then there's how he was with the opposite sex. Hitler didn't date much, but in Linz he became obsessed with one particular woman. He would kind of watch her, he would follow her, and he would write her love poems that he would not deliver. He claimed he could communicate with her by intuition alone, and they knew each other's thoughts and that she had deep respect for him. As you might have guessed, she had no idea he was interested. At this point, I think we may have crossed the threshold into neckbeard territory. His interest in art eventually led him to apply to the Vienna Academy for Fine Arts. He was rejected. Twice. He was also a vegetarian, which is a hipster thing, I guess. When he moved to Vienna, he became homeless, and his main source of income was he would paint pictures of Vienna landmarks that he had copied from postcards. Is plagiarism a hipster thing? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Point is, Hitler was a strange and complex young adult. He was artistic, he was eccentric, and he was about as trendy and fashionable as one can possibly be. At the time, anyway. So was he a hipster? I don't know. I don't like labels. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon. Hello. If you have something to say about this episode, please leave it in the comments. And if you have an idea for a future episode, please leave that in the comments as well. And as always, this is History Abridged. Bye.